Solo llama al abogado Andrés Mejer.
Now, Supreme Court will hear DACA case in the next term. That means around October, they're going to hear oral arguments from both sides, and they will make a decision likely in the spring or summer of 2020. So in about a year, we will have a decision on DACA. Now, what is DACA? Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. This is program that Obama did by executive order. It's not through Congress. It's after immigration reform failed to go forward. He did it alone, and what it is it grants protection from deportation and work authorization to a limited group of people that qualify. Now, to qualify, you had to have turned, I'm not going to go through all the elements because it doesn't matter, there were 6 of them, but you had to have been entered the U.S. before you turned 16, and you have to have been in the U.S. before June 15, 2007. That was more than 12 years ago. There are many people that today have been here more than 5 years and entered before they were 16. Problem is, they were not then here before June 15, 2007. So there's many more that can apply on the way that DACA was initially created, 5-year look-back period, and before 16 in school still, or graduated from high school or a GED program, and no criminal record, and under 31. So there's a lot of people that would have met that criteria had the timeline been changed. But Trump tried to eliminate it. How? September 17th, Attorney General Jeff Sessions announced phase out of DACA. Boom. On that same day, they said no more DACA be accepted, no more advanced parole, period. They will only accept renewals. Well, 3 different federal judges said that's wrong. You can't do it that way. What the judges essentially said is not that the president doesn't have the authority to remove DACA, to end it in his discretion. He does. But the way that he went about doing it was arbitrary and capricious. He made a false assumption that it was unconstitutional. That's wrong. And that's the heart of the case. So Trump tried to immediately go to the Supreme Court thinking, hey, I just stacked the court. I put 2 judges on there. Supreme Court's going to back me. They owe me in Trump's world, in Trump's worldview. Now, maybe he's right, but the Supreme Court said, no, we're not going to skip the steps. These cases should go through the natural progression. They go to the appellate courts. The appellate courts make a decision, and we review it only after that. So in December of last year, Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals upheld the decision blocking the phase out of DACA. The Ninth Circuit said, I quote, "We don't hold that DACA could not be rescinded as an exercise of executive branch discretion, comma. We only hold that here, comma, where the executive did not make a discretionary choice to end DACA, but rather acted based on erroneous view of what the law required. The rescission was arbitrary and capricious under settled law." In other words, he didn't state a reasonable basis for why he did what he did. He had a misapplication of the law, and a misapplication of the law is not a basis or a reasonable basis to end the DACA program. What is that saying? Listen, President, if you want to rescind it, you can. Just do it correctly. Same thing with the Muslim travel ban. It took him 3 different versions. Ultimately, he got it right. But he had to do it correctly. It had to be reviewed, has to go through proper channels, and has to follow the proper procedure. Here, the Ninth Circuit, as did many other courts, said, you haven't followed the procedure. You can't just do whatever you want whenever you want it. You have to follow the process. If you don't follow the process, then it's inappropriate, and we're going to bar you. So the Supreme Court may very well say, hey, do the following, come back to me. That is likely what is going to happen. So, what can you